between the eyes. Mr. Saturday night special. Got a barrel that's blue and cold. I ain't good for nothing, but put a man 6 feet in a hole. Oh, it's a Saturday night special. $20 you can buy yourself one.
Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Let's get on with the chat here. So, okay. All right. How y'all doing? Let me put this up and we'll get started with this here. Cut this off and talk about this build. Let me unplug this real quick. Oh, got this. Cancel this noise out here so we don't have a lot of mess going on. I just don't have enough room to have everything sitting like I want it. Okay. First off, let's talk about this guitar real quick. This is the newest build I just did. It's a Fender, and yeah, man. I got this pick guard. It's a loaded pick guard. I got it from Sweetwater. That's got Texas special pickups in it. And so I bought everything, and that's a Wilkinson trim right there. And Music Lily locking tuners. See that right there? And man, when I got this guitar, it had a really bad bow in it. Like it was dipping down in the middle, I guess. A bad dip in the middle, I guess. I don't know, I call it a bow. And so I had to get the truss rod adjusted and finally got that right. And I had to get these saddles adjusted right. And because I was having like a dead note at the 14th fret on the B and the E on the high strings. And that's because the neck needed to be adjusted. Needed a truss rod adjustment, and we finally got that. And I bought me a scale because this guitar, after you play it for a little bit, man, it feels really heavy. And I saw Guitar Max use one, and that's where I got the idea. So let me see if I can. There we go. One of these right here. You can get those off Amazon, man. So let me make sure that. Let me turn this on. Make sure it's on. Pounds. Okay, it is. Here we go. So we're going to try to hang it here. Hope to God. Look at there. It's clocking in at like 8.1. I don't know if you can see that. 8.81 pounds. That sucker's heavy, man. But man, this thing here is the cool beans right there, man. But that's the guitar. That's the new build right there, man. And get my chair and we'll get to the chat. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to hurry, man. It's just got to move stuff around here to get what we need. All right, I think we're good there. All right, let's change the camera angle and we'll get started here. Okay. All right, welcome everybody. I got the air running back here, so you might hear that in the background. I apologize for any of that stuff there. Let's see. All right, up first, Mr. Dave Orkin, man, new guitar day, yes. And I got to talk to Mr. Orkin on the phone the other day. We had a really great conversation, man. Thank you, Mr. Orkin, for being here, man. It was good to talk to you. Greasy Monkey Guitars is here. Yeah, happy Saturday, everybody. Yes. We made it. We made it. There's Ryan. What up, what up? What's up, man? How are you doing, man? I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good down there in Georgia. That's good, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we got the Chicago Shredder in the house, man. R2. What's going on, man? How are you doing, sir? Let's see. Everybody's talking to everybody else. That's awesome. Michael Curtis, Saturday night special. Thank you, man. It sounds even better when you don't screw it up. And I just started working on that song last night. I mean, I literally bought the backing track from Karaoke Version, and I watched some. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to watch some tutorial videos on it because I couldn't pick everything out that was going on, and I really like that big wide bend that's going on there, and I had to look up. I was like, man, how are they doing that without breaking a string? And so I kind of effed up on that a couple of times, but on the last time I got it, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. But anyway, there's always next time, man. It's not like this is America's Got Talent or something, but I really try to make it the best I can. But when you only worked on it it only went over it like 5 times, man. And it'll get smoother. But I love that song. I mean, going down a Southern rock wormhole, as you can probably already could tell. I finished Greg Allman's book, audiobook, My Cross to Bear. That's kind of got some age on it, but I listened to it. I think that was like the 6th or 7th time. I finished it up last week when I was on the road. And now I'm moving on to Leonard Skinner, so I go in phases, man, with different artists. Mark Tanner. Hey, brother, how you doing? I think everybody does that, right? With different musical artists, you kind of go in phases, I can't listen to Van Halen all the time. And I tell you what, man, I mean, God bless people. But when Eddie passed, man, all the I guess the underground Van Halen nuts, I don't mean nuts in a bad way, I mean guitar nuts, came out in full force. And that's all I see on Facebook is people, I'm playing whatever the guy's playing. I'm on Fire by Van Halen, and he plays okay. That's, man, I've seen it's burnt me out. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear no more of that stuff. I mean, that's just me. I can't. The reason I say that is I went through that a lot in my youth. All I listened to was Van Halen when I was a teenager. I mean, just nonstop. And I eventually burnt myself out. And that's what's going on now. So I have to kind of step away from it from time to time. And it'll come back around. It always does. Bloody Soup 74. Hey, man, how are you, sir? He says, yeah, what's up, everyone? Yeah, Leonard Skinner. Thank you, man. Yeah, I love those songs. I got a couple more on here, but I don't want to spend the whole show doing that. On 36 Solo, what's up, man? How are you doing? Favorite Skinner song right there. Oh, and he clarifies it right here. Saturday Night Special. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's starting to be my new favorite too, man. I love that song, and I never really paid it much attention before. I guess because I never really messed with it. I don't know how to explain it, but now it's become one of my favorites over the past 15 hours. I mean, I listened to it before then. What's up, Rod? How you doing, man? Thank you, sir, for being here. But yeah. Man, what happened here? My thing just went nuts. Let's see here. I got to go back up. Let's see. My cursor just went weird. Okay, here we go. We're back up here where we were. All right. Michael Curtis. Hey, man. He says, sounds like Skinner meets VH, which is a pretty cool combo, if you ask me. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that, man. I'm sitting there talking about I'm burning on Van Halen. But no, it's okay. On 36, so you done wore the finish out on that guitar. Yeah. When I bought the body, of course, it was like that. Yeah, it was. It reminds me, and my son brought this to my attention. It reminds me of John Mayer's Strat before he went to the dark side. you know, when he was still with Fender and he had his wore out Strat. It reminds me of that a little bit. And thank you, Bloody Suit. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, if you're just joining or this is your first time watching, I usually like to play 2 songs when the show starts, and then after that, it's all about the chat. And usually the last weekend show was so good. I think on the last 45 minutes or something of the show, it's the free for all hour, and that's when you can just talk about whatever, just talk about anything we want. It's called free for all. So y'all get things ready for the last 45 minutes. We'll talk about whatever you want. You know, it's all about y'all. I can sit here and play music for 2 hours, but it ain't worth nothing if the chat, if I don't acknowledge the chat, or you know what I mean. If it wasn't for y'all, you wouldn't have a show. Mark Tanner says, sounding awesome, man. Thank you. It could be better, man. Like I said, I come in here and there's something else I need to talk about when I get done doing the greetings here. PTL Fabrication. Hello, Joe from Pennsylvania. Hey, man, how are you? PTL, I don't know if that has any affiliation, but I don't know. But when I see PTL, it reminds me of Praise the Lord Network with Jim and Tammy Baker when I was growing up. That was a huge thing when I was young. That's why that's why it rings that bell for me. But welcome. Thank you for being here. Mark Tanner, he says, got an SRV vibe going on. Yeah, I have 2 other builds that I've done like this. I put a little bit more money in this one. It's sitting right there. And the other builds, the bodies are kind of like the Tobacco Sunburst, and this one's just black. And, but yeah, so I really like it, man. The other ones aren't as heavy though. So man, this was, I guess, you know, I don't know, man. It sounds good though. I was really happy at the way it turned out. That's a cool looking scale. Yes. They, what did I do with it? I don't put it. I don't know. I have to find. Oh, here it is. I need to put a link. It's called Skeep. S-K-E. Good God. S-K-E-A-P. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And I got it from Amazon, man, and they delivered it. I ordered this thing early this morning, like 3 a.m., and I paid an extra $2.99, and they delivered it today. And it comes with 2 AAA batteries, and of course they're the knockoff batteries. I got some good ones down here. I'll swap them out. But I saw Guitar Max use one of these, and this is actually a fish scale. That's what it was titled as when I looked it up. But I typed in guitar hanging scale or something like that, and it come up with this. And I was like, that's what Guitar Max uses, and that's what I was looking for. And it's spot on, man. So I needed something because I got a bathroom scale in there, but it won't pick it up, you know. So it's nice to have. I like it, and it wasn't expensive, man. I think it was like, I don't know, $10 or something. It was but it's worth having, man. Rod chimes in. He says, my custom should be done next week. I'll send you pictures. Yeah, please do, man. I always love seeing people's progress on gear, you know. Oh, Jimbo, what's going on, man? How are you doing? He says, hey, Joe and everyone. Jimbo, thank you for being here, man. Oh, Jimbo has been going through an ordeal, man, with his pickup truck, and he finally got it straightened out, and I know how that is. So, man, I'm glad he got all that straightened out, because I know that's a really aggravating thing to deal with. It really is. Let's see. Michael Curtis, he says, as soon as I can get this, I always battle this cursor, man. I can't never. Okay. Michael Curtis says, so now I'm curious to hear the story about the Fender body you bought by accident. Was that a Telly? I couldn't really see it. Oh, no. The one, it was a Strat. It was the same relic design as this one. It just didn't have all the cutouts on it. And I just didn't pay it no attention when I ordered it. It was, I don't know, man, I was about to fall asleep. I got home from work and I done took my night meds and I was looking on Amazon on my phone and I ordered the wrong. I don't know why or how that got under my radar, but it did. So I had to return that and get the one that had all the cutouts in it and all the cavities, Praise the Lord. Yeah, man, that's what it reminds me of. And I'm just saying, I remember that when I was a kid. It was a big deal. A lot of people might not know anything about that. I know millennials don't know nothing about that, but back then, PTL, that Jim and Tammy Baker, that was before internet, before smartphones, before cell phones too, and it was huge in the Carolinas. It was a big deal. Edwin, what's going on, man? What's going on? We're not jazz masturbating, I hope not. I never cared for that type of guitar. No. Never cared for a jazz master. Never. Or what's the other one? Jaguar, Fender Jaguar, Fender Mustang. Never cared for none of those. But I've heard other people say Jaguar. And I'm like, I thought it was a Jaguar. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Could be totally off base. But, all right, I think we got caught up. Let's see. Hey, Mickey, what's going on, man? What's up? How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here so much, man. Yeah, and I got to tell you, all right, I need to make this announcement. And this is one reason I was almost late coming on the show here. I've been notified by a few people that they have ordered merch from Spring. That's the company that I had enlisted to sell my merch through. And a lot of YouTube channels use Spring. Spring, Spring. And I even ordered, I have to order my own stuff. I don't get nothing for free. Spring's a whole different entity, right? I'm not affiliated with them. I ain't got nothing to do with them. But if people were to buy merch from there, they get most of the money. I get like $5, if that, for whatever, t-shirt, hoodie, whatever. Okay. And I've been notified by some people, they didn't get their stuff. And I reached out to Spring. I sent them an email and they gave me some bogus, lame answer. So I'm going to put them on blast right now. So I don't know what their deal is, but I'm not using them anymore. So if you check the description underneath this video, you'll see a link for my Spreadshirt. I think I think they say Spread Shop, but it's actually Spreadshirt. And I've been with them for a long time and I never had no problems. But if you have ordered anything from Spring and you didn't get anything, contact them and see if you can get your money back or something. I don't know what's going on with that place, but I have cut ties with them as of tonight because I've reached out to them 3 different times. And the thing that gets me is when you try to get a hold of places like this, they're more than happy to take your money. But if you have an issue, there's never a phone number you can call, You can't talk to nobody. So that makes no sense to me. That's not a good way to do business. Whenever I've had an issue with Spreadshirt, there's a number you can call them, so, and Yeah, everything was. I'm sorry, Rod. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with spring, but everything was going fine up until right at Christmas. It was about I guess a week before Christmas. Everything just fell apart with spring, and so I'm not with them no more. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you're wanting to get any merch or anything, check out that new link that I put in the description. I don't know if the Joe Wentz Project logo shirt is available just yet because my design was with them before. And then when you go with another store, it cancels out from Spreadshirt. But now that I cancel spring, I should be able to get it back over here. Something about, trademark and all this ownership and all this. You can't put it in two stores at one time. I don't know why. It's my logo. I paid for it, but I don't know what that is. But it should be there, I hope. But anyway, so I got that out of the way. So I'm with Spreadshirt once again. But yeah, the guitar is amazing, man. I love that guitar. And you can still see the Schecter. I played that last weekend. That has now been crowned blue powder. From a viewer in the chat, blue powder. That I love that guitar. I think there's another subscriber, friend of mine named Jeff. He just got that guitar within the past 2 or 3 days. He said he got it and he really likes it. I don't think he's crazy about the Floyd on it, but mine feels fine to me. I mean, I don't have no problem with it, but so man, I got the Schecter and I got all that, and it was, it's hard to explain to people that are just of the average level, I guess, that don't play music or nothing like that. So I had the Schecter. I haven't even had it a week. I think today makes a week, but I already had ordered this build, and I had to wait on some parts. That was kind of held me up. Then I had ordered the wrong body without the cavity cutouts, so I had to send that back. And I was like, man, all week long, I was like, I just want to get this build done. I was excited, And then, so Thursday comes around, this past Thursday, and I'm sitting there and I'm working on the build. And my wife's like, you got to leave for work in I think I had 2 hours. She goes, what are you going to do about lunch? I was like, you know what? I'll just get something later. So I came in here and started working on it. And you can hear, power tools and drills and stuff going on. I get stuff together. And I started running into these little snags, man. And I was like, oh, no. So I had to leave, and I went to work and got all that done. I got home Friday morning. I guess it was about 6:45, something like that. And I ate me a little bit of breakfast. And I said, I'm coming in the music room, and I'm going to work on that. So I stayed in here until I got it all finished and got it peaked and tweaked and whatever you want to call it, got it all done. And because I knew, I was like, I ain't gonna be able to go to sleep with this guitar not being completely done and being all the little things, the adjustments, completed. And I got it finally. And I think I went to bed at it was 10 after 8, which is really late for me because when I get home between 6 and 6:30 on a normal basis from work. And I'm in the bed between 6:45 and 7 because I have to, or I'm going to be in trouble. But I'm going to be in deep trouble. So, but let's see here. I will, let's see if I can find the body that I ordered, if it's going to let me get on there. So I'm just typing in, so I don't mean to be looking blankly at the screen. Yeah, that makes you do this two-step authentication thing, whatever they call it, man. Let's see if this will work. Before I can share a screen, let's see. Okay, wow. Let's see. And I can try to show this scale too, because I can't remember the exact price. But we'll find out here. Yeah, they send you a code on your phone. Let's see. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. This is like a 3-step authentication, man. All right, let's see. See if this will come up. Oh yeah, I ordered an aux cable too. All right, let me go share screen. Sorry about that. I apologize. Let me share the screen. And y'all can see what I'm seeing. All right. Amazon. Share. Oh, come on, man. And add to scene. There we go. Spotlight. Okay. Now we're back. Now you can see right here this. It's a digital fish scale. And yeah. That's what I got. Let's see. What is it going to do? Another window? I hope not. Let me go back over here and make sure y'all can see this. Yeah. Okay. Wow. It was $9.98. Yeah, I was right. $10. There it is, right there. And that thing's amazing. I was like, heck yeah, man. Let's see. See if I can get down to the guitar body I ordered. Down here, right here it is. Let's see. KGD. This is the body. It's $140 roughly. There it is right there. And they have different colors, man. Now these, what I'm about to go right there, I've got two of those. That's more closer to the SRV kind of style right there. And then they have a white one. That's okay. But I like the black. I thought that really stood out. And yeah, man. And this I ordered I'll tell you what the idea I got. I ordered this right here. This also came today, this 15-foot aux cable. And this is where I get all my little accessories, man, is Amazon. I think everybody does that, but $7.64. It's heavy duty. So what I'm going to do is, let me go back over here so I can present myself, man. So what I'm going to do is I was wanting to find a way to make another full stereo wet setup, but not with these half stacks, which I love that. That's great, but it's just not, it's not reasonable to use all the time. Let me swap cameras. So, right there is that's a Marshall cab with a Boss Katana 100-watt head right there. And you can't really see, but right here is a PV5150, another half stack right there. And I have a pedal board behind me that's got the Eventide micro pitch, and it has two outputs. So I have one, of course, going to the 5150, and one going over here to the that Marshall cabinet, the Boss Katana. So you got one that's tubes, this one here, and then one that's solid state. It sounds incredible, but when I'm playing through this setup, it's like, if you know anything about half stacks and amps, they're either loud or they're off. It's always one or the other. It's really hard to get bedroom volume unless you get power soaks for each of them. I have one, but so I was like, man, you know what? I like to get some smaller amps, but something that sounds good. What can I use? So I started thinking, I said, well, I have the Microcube, Roland Microcube. I got it back there in the warehouse. It's red. And the version I got is the GX. And the GX sounds incredible. And you can plug in an MP3 as well. So I started thinking, I was like, man, it's hard to find those Microcube GXs anymore. They have new versions now of the Microcube, but they don't have the input for the aux cable. I didn't see them. So I went looking on the used market, and I went on I found one on eBay, and it was black. And I double checked, make sure it was the same as what I got, same size. It is. But it was in Japan. And I was like, damn. So I went ahead and bought it. And I know it's going to take a little bit to get here. So I went ahead, and that was one day last week. So then yesterday, I just happened to look again, and there was somebody I think it was out of Pennsylvania, was selling one that's black, and it's got the power adapter. It's got a couple of guitar cables. He's even throwing in a brand new Snark tuner for like $10 cheaper than the other one I bought. Well, I went ahead and bought it because it's here in the States, and it's going to be here. The man said he's going to be here in like 3 business days. So I was like, well, I guess I need to go back to the other and cancel. So I went back over there, and I put a request in to cancel it. And they was like, the one from Japan, he's like, oh, we'll go ahead and ship it out, expedited shipping tomorrow. I was like, well, okay, you better, dude. Better do something, because you've been dragging your feet. So if the guy's true to his word, then I'll have 2 of the Roland Microcubes, and they'll be black. It'll be a matching color. So what I was going to do is I got that aux cable, and I have a splitter, and it's back there. I'm going to come out of the MP3 player with a splitter. One will go into one Microcube, and I'll take that long aux cable and go into the MP3 input of the other and use this pedal board with the micro pitch, and I'll go into both. So I have a full wet setup that way, and it'll be portable if you want it to, because those Roland Microcube GXs, they run off batteries. They'll eat them up, but you can be a walking concert and have some amazing sound, full stereo. So that was my plan. I wasn't going to say nothing about it until I got it, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. And so it's a cool little project. Stuff like that I think is fun. Sexy guitars. Oh, yeah. Let's see. The Bloody Soup said, did I not like didn't go for the lime green scale? Yeah, I wasn't crazy about those wild colors on the scales, man. I just went with the, would I go with the black? Yeah. Black goes with anything. Let's see. Ron says, I have a Fender Champion for quieter playing. It's 100 watts. Yeah. And like earlier today, my wife went to the store, and I went to this wet setup playing it, and it's not that loud to me, but I can see where it's loud to anybody else, because it was cranking in here. And I'm coming out of the little studio monitors on the computer desk here, so you can only get so loud, and they start distorting those monitors, so you can't get too loud. And hey, Blue Mox, how are you doing, man? How are you doing, sir? Let's see if we can show your comment. There we go. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see here. See if we can check out this chat here. Yeah, I have. Yes, Mr. Tanner. I did have I did have the Spark. It was I guess it looked like the amp head model. I had it, and it just didn't do nothing for me. I used it a few times, and it sat here on this shelf on this side of the computer desk, and it just collected dust. And what turned me off of that was having to go and there was a couple of things that turned me off. One was you had to access an app to get your effects or do whatever. And number two, I bought the additional foot switch, and because it was wireless. And I was like, well, that'd be cool. I can go from patch to patch. But it wouldn't let me go from patch to patch unless I had the app open either in a tablet or on my phone. And to me, that was very limiting. I was like, that's why, for me, I mean, it might be good for other people. I'm not dogging it. But for me, I just like pedals, man. Pedals are right there. I can step on them, cut them on or off. I can move the knobs. As far as accessing an app, for my setup for here, it just didn't work. And my son asked me about it. I guess it was, I don't know, a few months ago. He said, Dad, you still got that Spark amp? And I said, yeah. He says, do you use it? I said, no. I said, you want it? He's like, yeah. So I met him up at the grocery store 3 or 4 months ago and gave it to him. So he uses it just as a little practice tool. He'll be sitting on the couch, which that's fine. It was just collecting dust here. I mean, but Jimmy Z in the chat. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, man? Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, I get you, Mark. Yeah. He says, I get it. Pedals run well into them, but also run USB mostly. Yeah. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I don't know, man. And the one other thing that got me, well, there's a way around it now. I know now, but there wasn't like an output. You had to use the built-in speakers on that head. And I was like, well, what if I wanted to hook it up to the Marshall cabinet? But there was this thing that I kept hearing about, impedance, that you can't just come out of the headphone jack with something and go into a cabinet. You'll tear stuff up and you'll ruin it. So then I started doing some research, and I came across this pedal, and it works for like desktop amps and all. If you want to take that and run it into a cabinet, because some of those desktop amps, they sound killer. And I was like, I'd love to run it through my Marshall cabinet, but there's a pedal on top of there, and really all it is a power soak, but in a pedal form, and it's called the 44 Magnum. That's what it's called. And that pedal run me about $120. And it enables you to take that desktop amp, come out of the whatever, headphone jack or whatever, and go into that 44 Magnum pedal. And on the output of that pedal, you have the thick speaker cable that you would normally put from an amp head to a speaker. The output of that pedal, you'd put that speaker cable and run it to the back of your amp. And it allows you to use that desktop amp as like a regular amp head. And the 44 Magnum pedal has a little volume on it. That's all it is. That's all it. Of course, you click on and off, and it really was a game changer. It really was. So I was able to take that. I got an old Yamaha desktop amp head. I was running into that 44 Magnum pedal, and I was like, damn. So it was cool, man, because with that Yamaha desktop amp, you can plug an MP3 player up to it. And so then I could finally run to that pedal and go to that Marshall cab, and, I could get the full effect of the desktop amp head. And it really, really, really made a difference, man. It was a game changer. And then some other stuff came out that I got into, like the Rodecaster Pro 2, and then the Line 6 Pod Express, and some other pedal effects. And there's always something coming out. There's always something. And speaking of that, I ordered a new pedal today, and I just happened to see the advertisement on Facebook for it. I'm not going to spill the beans just yet because I paid a little extra money to have it shipped here between 1 to 3 business days. I've never seen it's made in the USA. That's a big cool thing that I saw. But this pedal, if it's going to do like the demo showed, it's going to be a game changer for my setup here. It's going to be and of course, I'll be more than happy to share it with y'all. I don't hold no gear secrets here or nothing like that. I don't mind sharing my knowledge or what I have with anybody. It doesn't bother me at all because you're not going to be able to advance without any knowledge. And I never understood that with people in the past years ago. They would have a cool setup and I would ask them about it, and they would either be very hesitant or I got all kind of stories I could say, but things would just go wrong. You know, if I did it on this channel and the person got very pissed off, and I was like, dude, what's the problem, man? I mean, it's not like you came up with that combination. The gear's out there. You learned it from somebody else too. You didn't come up with it on your own. And so anyway, I've always told myself, made a vow to myself. I said, I'd never be like that with anybody. If somebody asks me what I use and how I have it hooked up, here's how you do it right here. What's the big deal? We're all just having fun. We're just bedroom players anyway, living in our own little fantasy world in our head, you know, with rock and roll or whatever. Jimmy Z says, rock on, Jimmy Dean. Yes, sir. That's right. We were talking about the the Spark amp grid, power grid. What power grid? Positive grid. Talking about that. We're talking about desktop amps, man. We're talking about pedals, gear, stuff that's set up, amps, half stacks. Jump in, y'all. Jump in and feel free to ask whatever you want or voice your opinions. Jimmy Z says, I love my Fender modeling amps now. I can create 7 or 8 really good patches and just turn the dial and to dial in, and can even use the foot switch to add or drop effects. Yeah, things like that have come a long way, man. They've come a long way. And like I said, I love the little desktop amps that I've got in the past that I just talked about. But it's so crazy, man, how stuff like that, after, say, 2 years, it's outdated. It's considered outdated technology, just like these. You know, I heard that after you've had your smartphone for 6 months, by the way, it's 9:27 Eastern time, that I've heard after you've had your smartphone for 6 months, it's considered an outdated piece of equipment. That's how fast technology rolls on, man. That's how fast the turnover rate is. I believe it. Let's see here. What we got? Jimmy Z chimes in. He says, the modeling amps used to suck, but they don't anymore. Not the good Fender stuff now anyways. The GTX 50 and 100 are incredible. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying, man. Stuff's come a long way, and people in that market that develop these things, they know that for people like us, we're going to be in our music rooms or our jam area, and we're going to use desktop amps and stuff like that. And, you know, like I said, very rarely do I play through my half stacks. I did today for maybe 30 minutes, like I was talking about. But it's not something I can do all the time. I just can't. It's just not going to work. You know, it's just not feasible. Not when, you know, I got family over here tonight. They're in from out of town. Grandbaby's here. Another grandson's here. Of course, my wife, my stepdaughter, her fiance. So we got a house full. So I can't come in here and just, I told my wife, I said, well, I'm going in the music room. And she said, you better put on the headphones and don't be playing. I said, I ain't going to do that. She goes, the baby's sleeping. I said, I know, dear. Yeah, give me a little credit. All right. Mr. Tanner chimes in. He says, when are you going to get a Rockman, Joe? Oh, I have one, man. I got the Rockman X100 pedal. I got it. Yeah. I got it the day NAMM was, the first day of NAMM when it was going to start. I stayed up the night before until after midnight, because when midnight clicks on, then everybody that's selling that pedal it was going to be at NAMM is going to be the big deal at NAMM, one of the big things at NAMM. But once midnight struck, I knew that I could, that's the time to order it, man. So I went on Sweetwater and there it was. And I ordered it, and I paid extra money to have it shipped overnight, and it didn't come overnight, man. It was like 3 or 4 days. And I had to call my rep, and he refunded me the shipping. And then he said, man, I'm sorry. He said, it's just, things have just went crazy with everybody ordering this Rockman pedal. But it sounds incredible. It sounds just like the old Rockman modules. And yeah, it's great, man. It's absolutely amazing. And so that's another example of technology advancing at a rapid pace. Now, thank God, Rockman finally, or who was it? MXR? Yeah, MXR bought it out. And thank God they got together with their team of researchers and brought that out in a pedal format. That's the best invention or best thing to come out in years as far as guitar stuff is the Rockman X100 pedal. Because I got some of those old modules, man. I paid a lot of money for them. I've got them a few years ago off Reverb, and they were in excellent shape. I got them in there in the warehouse, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, are those things still holding their value now that you got the Rockman X100 pedal? Not only does it do the same tone, but there's an auto noise cancellation built in, so there's no hiss like with these old modules. You'd always hear that. You don't hear that with this pedal. That doesn't exist anymore. So it's got updated components and all. It's fantastic. If you don't have the Rockman pedal, get it, man. Let's see. All right, we got people talking to other people here. That's good. Fantastic. Oops. Yes, Jimmy Z says, he says, oh yeah, so much stuff for reasonable prices nowadays. It's just so crazy. So many choices to suit all of us. Yeah, that's what I love, man. That's what I love about technology. Technology is here for a reason, advanced technology, to make things easier and perform better. And I love that stuff when it comes to this guitar stuff, man. And you really couldn't beat the price for that Rockman X100 pedal. It wasn't a bad price. I didn't think. What was it, $120, $125? I mean, you know how much I paid for those modules, man? I paid a heck of a lot more for just one of them. I got the Rockman Sustainer and the Stereo Chorus. And the guy had them sent to a guy he knows that specializes in refurbishing those Rockman modules. So when I got them, they looked brand new. He had all that stuff redone and new faders and everything. It looked like it just came off the assembly line, So I paid a lot of money for those things. Let's see here. Blue Mox says, right, Joe and Jimmy, I've had a great year playing with my GX100. I don't even know what next toy to get. There's a lot out there, brother. There's a lot out there. And thankfully, if you're not sure on certain things, man, you can always go on YouTube and look at reviews for, for a piece of gear that you're interested in. You can always do that. And it doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to sound for you. What I mean by that, yeah, the gear is going to sound a certain way, but the way you have your pedal chain, how your setup is, and how you play, that all plays into that. It's a part of it. Mickey says, you know what? I just turn up and go. There you go, man. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, man. There's nothing like moving air with these half stacks. It's, oh my God. But I just can't do that, man. Yes. Speaking of equipment being outdated very fast, Dave Wilkins says your car is outdated once it leaves the car lot. Yes. You know what's weird is that I took my vehicle for service about a month ago. And let me give you a little backstory. Without getting too deep, it's a 2017. And it's in really good shape. It has low miles. I've had it for a year and a half. And I've only put 1,000 miles on it in a year and a half. I take it up here to the Ford dealership where I bought it to get it serviced. I go into the waiting area. Within 10 minutes, a man comes out. He introduces himself as, I forget his title. I forget what the title he was under. Vehicle assessment or something. They wanted to buy my car. They wanted to buy it back. Now, I've only had the car for a year and a half. But this just proves what Mr. Orkin said, which I already know things devalue when you take them off the lot as far as vehicles are concerned, excuse me. And he has a printed offer. He prints it out on a printer paper, right? He goes, I got you an offer right here. I'll cut you a check right now. He said, you want to sell it? I said, no. And he goes, are you sure? I was like, yeah, man, I'm sure. And he goes, I'll cut you a check right now. I said, no, I'm good. So the money that he offered, even if it might be barely enough to pay off the loan, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't be able to put nothing in my pocket. But his offer was okay, but it wasn't nothing to jump up and down about. But I was shocked that he come out there and he introduced himself, shook my hand. He goes, there's it right here, man. I'll go ahead and buy it right now. I said, nah, dude, I'm good. They saw those low miles on it and they wanted to buy it back. It's a 2017. Remember that. But yeah, so I don't really drive it much because of my job. And I don't want to use it as a everyday driver. I leave it parked. I just drive it a little bit on the weekend, like going up to the store, which is like 15 minutes up the road, and come back and I'll park it. And I try to keep it clean. Right now it looks bad because of all the pollen. But anyway, just want to touch on that, how things devalue quick. Ron says, been waiting for my Rockman from Sweetwater. Still no update when it'll be in stock. Are you serious, man? I did not know that it was out of stock still. I thought that, wow, I'm sorry, man. I figured they would have had them back by now. I'm so sorry, man. Mr. Mick in the house. What's going on, sir? Yeah, don't wake the cat up. Yeah, Harley, yeah, she's snoozing, man. She's getting some age on her now. Not too bad, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, Mickey says, I still have my old Rockman Soloist. I do too, man. I got one of those as well. It's in excellent shape. So I got two modules and I have the Soloist. I bought that first. And I had it down here with my, one of my pedal boards. I had it all hooked up, and man, I was trying to jimmy rig all kind of stuff. And it was okay. I thought it was really good. And I go back and listen to watch some old videos with it. It's all right. It's just an old piece of gear, but it still was all right. I think the only difference with the Soloist, it didn't have a reverb built in. like the regular Rockman X100s. I think. But yeah, I got one of those too, Mickey. It's cool, man. I mean, hell, who knows? They might still hold some value, man. I don't know. Oh man. Greasy Monkey Guitars was looking at Sweetwater for Rod for the Rockman when it'll be available. He said it looks like it might be in June. Oh my goodness, man. They must have got a ton of orders for that pedal. Man. Let's see. Blue Monk says, one day I'm going to build an old Jeep and run over my smartphone with it. Yeah, smartphones, I love, it's a double-edged sword for me. I love technology, and I love smartphones too. But you can't deny that because of social media, that has really impacted the world on a negative note. There are some good things about social media, like this right here. This is fantastic. You know, I can communicate with friends in the chat that I've never met in my life. So this is a positive note of technology, but there's a lot of negative stuff because of social media, and people have taken advantage of things, and it's a shame, man. It's a shame. But you know, you just have to look the other way, you know, on some of that stuff. That's why I don't watch the news. I don't. The only thing I do on Facebook, man, is post guitar stuff, and that's just from time to time. You know, I rarely post on Facebook. I have an Instagram account, but I don't even have the app on my phone. When I got this phone last May, this iPhone, I was an Android user for years, and then I got this iPhone. My other members of my family was like, well, since you like to do videos, man, you need an iPhone. So I got this iPhone 15 Pro. They were right. As far as the video quality, it's amazing. But there were some apps I just didn't put on here, like what is it now? X, formerly known as Twitter. I need to delete that account. And then Instagram, I don't even have that on here. And I looked up how to delete it, and it says, well, you need to download the app and then go in there and delete your account. I was like, I don't feel like doing all that, but yeah, it's you know, it's just a different world today, man. Very different. Let's see here. If I can get this. Dave Orkin, he says, we shall meet one day. Ah, that's awesome, man. Positive attitude there. That would be cool, man. If I was able to, this might sound really corny, but if I was able to build up this channel some more, and that's what I'm slowly trying to do, I would love to have a meetup somewhere and meet some of you fine folks, but that won't be no time soon. But I've seen other YouTubers do that, and I was like, wow, that's really cool, man. And let's see, yeah, man, we just got to use them right. Yeah, it's a technology, man. It's so many people using it for the wrong reasons, and it's just crazy, man. Let's see here. Great question, Mr. Mick here. Yeah, that's. Thank you for asking that, because I meant to talk about this a minute ago, and I'm a one-man show here, so I guess I need to write down some notes. Mr. Mick says, Joe, do you use an EQ pedal? And if you do, is it on all the time? Thinking about getting one. Okay, first of all, I have like 3 different pedal boards on the floor, and each one is designed for a specific setup. So if I'm using the Rockman X100 pedal, like we were just talking about, I have a board set up for pedals just for that. And there's an EQ pedal on that board. And when I'm using that board, yes, the EQ's on all the time. It provides, the way I have it dialed in, it gives me a little bit more low end, and it just seems to level things out really well. And it's the Boss GE7. And I actually ordered another one of those a couple of nights ago because the setup I've used tonight, I don't have an EQ pedal on that board. I'm using the Zoom G1 Xfour or G1 Xfour. And it's kind of an older little guitar effects processor that came out some years ago, but the first two patches sound incredible. So, I ordered another Boss GE7, went on Reverb, and I think brand new they go for like $119, $115. And there was a guy that had one on there in excellent shape. He wanted 95, and it said make offer. So I shot him an offer at 90. He took it. So that should be showing up. And when it does, I'm going to put it on this board. Yeah. And it will be on all the time. I'm just going to have the dials or the faders set just like I have this other one. So yes, I do use an EQ pedal, and it's on all the time. I want to tell you, before I never did years ago, and I bought this amp from there's a little old independently owned music store in town. And whenever I'd go to that music store, all their amps they have, they're just little small, little like tweed amps, or it's kind of like going into a pawn shop. And I'm not putting the place down. It's nice people that work there. It's just really not for me, because a lot of the instruments, man, they're kind of old, and I think personally they're asking too much money for stuff that's got that much age on it. Excuse me. But that's just me. But every time I'd go there just to look at stuff, they had one amp that had just, overdrive on it. And it came out in the 90s. I can't remember the name of it. Ted Fair, he knows what amp I'm talking about. It's the old Fender. What is it? It's got the red dials on it. I can't remember the model name. But anyway, that was the only amp they had there in that music store that you could plug in and actually play something with distortion. All the other amps were like cring, cring, like tweed and nothing. I was like, oh my God. And but I like that one little amp, and so I bought it. They actually sold it to me for a decent price. So I got it home, and I took this Boss GE7 because it's got an effects loop on it. I took the Boss GE7, man, and I put that along with a delay, put it in the effects loop. And when I turned that GE7 Boss EQ on with that little amp, it brought that amp to life, man. I'm not kidding you. I was like, oh my God. It made it sound from a thin, teeny kind of overdriven amp to it sounded really good. So an EQ pedal, if you have it dialed in right, it's night and day. But you got to have it dialed in right. You don't want it too bright, don't want it too dark. A fine spot in the middle there, and yeah, it really brought that. I was like, damn. And it didn't come with the foot switch. When I looked them up, when they were selling them originally back in the late 90s, it came with a 3-button foot switch. Well, of course, it didn't come with that because they bought it from somebody a long time ago, and they probably had it for years. And so I ordered a brand new foot switch, and I hadn't even hooked it up. I've had that amp back there in the warehouse, and I ain't even, ever since I did a test run with the pedals and the effects loop, I put it back there, ordered a foot switch, and I ain't even used it. I don't know, man. The stuff is going on so much here, man. I'm getting equipment and gear and guitars, and I mess with something for a little bit. I'm like, okay, put that up. Next, what do we got now? And it's just constantly an overturn of stuff, which is fun. It's nice. But it's, I don't know. I guess to keep from getting burnt out, man. I don't know. Let's see. We're talking about smartphones. We're talking about amps. We're talking about EQ pedals. We're talking about all kind of great stuff here. Desktop amps, technology, all kind of stuff. Y'all feel free to, y'all keep the chat going. I appreciate it. That's what keeps the show alive. Thank you so much. Bloody Soup 74 says, I'm too addicted to my phone. It's ridiculous. We're all guilty of that, man. We're all guilty of that. Gone are the days of, well, for me, newspapers, telephone books. Don't see those anymore. Pay phones. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't exist anymore because of technology. Taxis, I don't see how taxis are still a thing. I don't see many more taxis around here. The thing now is Ubers. When I go down to the beach to deliver, that's all you see down there is Ubers. I don't used to see taxis. You don't see them no more. I'm sure in bigger cities there's plenty of taxi cabs, but man, not around here. That's a thing that's kind of gone. It's just weird how things change, man. Rod says, I don't have no social media on my phone. That's really a smart thing. I mean, really, if you can do without it, I mean, I love YouTube though. I love YouTube, and I enjoy making videos. So it's this is the only social media I really am active on. Really, tell you the truth. I hear you, Edwin. I hear you, man. Let's see. Dave Morgan says we do mythic meetups on our toy group in different states. That's cool. I think that's cool, man. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Let's see here. Blue Monk says I love my GE7, but I need two. One pre and one post. Yeah, okay, I see. Nice. Let me go up here. Ooh. Okay. Oh, yeah, Mr. Mick, no problem, man. He says, thanks, Joe. I'll get an EQ. Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, I didn't use one for years because I was like, what do I need that for? The effects processor's got built-in EQ. Yeah, it does. But an EQ pedal, when it's dialed in right, forget about it, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. Mickey says, I bought a GE7 off of Reverb and sent it to JHS when they were modding them. Ooh. Wow, that's nice, man. That's nice. Ron says, I spent a lot of money on my hobbies. Same here, brother. Same here. I think that's, I mean, you know, what are we going to do, man? All we do is work, you know, and so I'm, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So, yeah, I spend a lot of money on my hobbies too, man. It's, but you know, I think there's nothing wrong with having some cool toys to show for your hard work. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's, I mean, that's just me. You know, everybody's different. Some people stash away money all the time. They save their money. That's, hey man, that's more power to you. That's fantastic. But I like my toys, man. I like my guitar toys. And yep, I think we all can agree on that. Let's see. Dave Orkin says, I tend to watch at least 10 reviews before I buy something these days. Yeah, I probably watch maybe 5. But yeah, I'm right there with you, man. And the one thing that I also look at is if I'm getting something from Amazon or whatever, I look at the 5-star, how many stars it has, you know, 4.5 stars, 5 stars. I don't care what people say on YouTube about a product. the one thing I look at is those reviews, man, because people are spending their hard-earned money on a product. Now, is it going to work for everybody? No. But for the most part, if it's a legit good product, it's going to get mostly positive reviews. But that's the one thing that it makes or break the deal for me is those reviews, man. That's how I've always been. And it's, I don't think nobody's going to fib on that. I would hope not. Bloody Soup says, no doubt on the GE7. Absolutely love mine. Nice, man. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that. Jimmy Z. He says, fellas, listen to us. MX50, GTX 100, GE7, Rotman 100 MXR, GHS this and that, GE7. We're all nuts. Nah, man. We're all having fun, brother. This okay, I might be a little nuts, but I think my wife she just finally said, okay, whatever. This is the way I look at it, man. I work hard. I don't go out. I don't go to the bars. I don't run around behind my wife's back. I don't do nothing stupid. I don't go out blowing money, on boozing or drugging or anything like that. I go to work, come home, pay the bills, make sure she's taken care of, and then whatever little bit I have left over, I get some toys. Now, does that mean that I buy them right up front? No. Usually, when I get something, I sign up for payments. That's what I've always done for years. That was the only way I could afford stuff. When I would see like a Fender Strat years ago, man, like in the early 2000s, I still got that Strat. It has one of the original Floyds on it with the actual screws for the post instead of the Floyd Rose post like they have now. They actually screwed into the body. That's how you know that's an old, good Floyd. And when I got that, I signed up for payments. Pay this much for 8 months or whatever. I was like, yeah, okay, and it always worked for me. I mean, that's just how my only way I could get gear. I'm not ashamed to say that. At the end of the day, I still got the gear, and they got their money. So So it all worked out. Let's see here. Mark Tanner chimes in. He says, I got too many cool toys for my own good. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what makes it fun, man. When that UPS truck or FedEx or Amazon pulls up, I mean, the UPS guy's out here so many times, man. He pulls up, he goes, he honks the horn, and I go out. If I'm here before I go to work, I go outside, and he's like, all right, man, I got another one for you. He's got this big old box. He's coming in here, and he hands it to me over the fence. I'm like, all right, man, appreciate it. Be cool, man. He's like, he goes, obviously he's not a guitar. He goes, is that another guitar? Not a guitar? And I said, yeah. I meant to say he's not a guitar player. I didn't finish the sentence. I got ahead of myself, but he goes, is that another guitar? I said, yeah. He goes, wow. Okay. He goes, put that new car in the driveway. I bet that's your wife's, ain't it? I said, yeah, you got that right, man. So he said, well, that evens out, don't it? And that's the UPS guy telling me that. And I say, yeah, man. And so, it's all good. Let's see. Michael Curtis, he goes, I think I'm going to call it a night on here, y'all. I'm going to have to replay this tomorrow and work on that intro solo for Saturday night special. Thank you, Mr. Curtis. Appreciate it, man. I need to work on it too, because I fouled up on it. I was like, oops. Oh, well. We'll get it, man. But thank you for tuning in, man. I'm trying to get to y'all as soon as I can. I'm just trying to be fair to everybody and make sure I comment on everybody's comment here. Comment on everybody's comment. Make sure I touch on everybody's comment. Dave Orkin says they finally released the USA-made Floyd Roses. I did not know that. Holy moly. Wow. I didn't know that at all. Let's see. Michael Curtis says, thanks, by the way, I'm with you on having too many toys. Yeah, man. I mean, come on, man. What is it? You only live once? That grandbaby is screaming out there. He must have woke up with a bad dream or something. Michael Curtis, that horn sound you do is hilarious. Oh, that right there. It probably sounds better with some reverb. Let me see. Hang on. See if I can do it. Oh. Hello? Oh my God. Crazy stuff in my own mind. Let's see. Yeah, Mickey said I got the truck emoji. There you go. Mark Tanner said he said, yeah, I was on a first name basis with a few delivery drivers over the years. Yeah, I'm sure there's others like that too, man, that they're like, well, I've been to this house plenty of times. Let's see. Blue Monk says his rule of thumb currently over 80, is that? Okay, over 8% pay it off, but it changes based on the economy. Yeah, I mean, I do my stuff different. You know, if I got a couple of extra bucks, man, on a paycheck, what I've been doing lately is I send it toward a credit card, and a couple of nights ago I sent in a payment. It paid that card off, so there's no balance on it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Earlier in my life, that never happened. I'd get a line of credit on something. I'd burn that thing up. I'd be ordering stuff, man. Yeah, let me have that SRV Fender Strat model, and it wasn't that. That's just an example. I paid that through payments from my checking account, but that's just an example. I would order stuff. I would go and get loans at what was that place called? American General Finance or something like that. And I would go to Guitar Center and just blow all that money. It was just as bad as I guess as a gambler or, an alcoholic or something. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know half the story, man. Y'all have no clue. I mean, I was bad, man. It was in a bad kind of way. I would do stuff like that and go get some gear. And of course, this was late 90s, early 2000s. And I put myself in such a bad predicament, man. I thought I was going to have to claim bankruptcy, man. There's some things I just had to walk away from. And it messed me up for a long time financially. And when I look back on it, it's none of that was worth it. Ain't no piece of gear worth ruining your credit or your anything like that. It's not worth that at all. But back then, if I could go back and see my younger self, I'd say, hey, man, don't do that. But Mickey says that he was a delivery driver. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. I guess really, in a way, I am too. Dave Orkin, made in North Carolina. Is that the American Floyd Roses? Is that what you're talking about? Or maybe that's something else. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Michael Curtis, thanks, man. Okay. I'm getting to y'all. I'm sorry. Hang with me. Oh, Jimmy Z said, I got a new axe recently, trying to dial it in now with some setup. Ibanez RG570H, is that right? And Swamp Ash Black. Silver Wave. It's pretty cool. Congratulations. New guitar day for Jimmy Z. It's awesome, man. Congratulations. It's always fun for new guitar day. I mean, it's always a fun deal. That's a great rule of thumb. Mr. Organ says, I refuse to get credit cards. Yeah. I couldn't, well, I had one, but the interest rate was sky high. And again, this was a long time ago. I think they only gave me like a $500 limit. I burnt that thing up because I was like, I ain't paying that off. What does that matter? It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Stupid. I was stupid. And so now I look at things a lot different because of what I've been through financially. And I mean, my stuff, my reputation with all that, man, it was ruined. I couldn't even, I better not go into a bank and ask for a loan or a finance company or nothing like that, because they probably would have, something bad would have probably happened. Dave Organ says, yeah, that was the American Floyds are made in North Carolina. I didn't know that, man. Thank you for letting me know that. That's really cool, man. Mark Tanner. I think a lot of us have been there, Joe. Not fun, but builds resilience once you climb out of that hole. Yeah, it did with me, my friend. It did with me. It was when I look back on, I can't believe I'm sharing it now. I guess it don't matter. It was so long ago, but you know, the way time flies now, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it was. I mean, I was in my mid to late 20s I dealt with huge financial problems, man, from 20s all the way up until I'd say I was about 32, 33. And then things finally started to take a turn for the better, but it was the turn was so slow. And when I finally was able to get on the other side of that stuff, I told myself, never again, man. It's easy to get into that hole. And you pay hell getting out of it. I did. And, I worked every day. It ain't like I laid out of work. I worked every day, even worked overtime and all. But when you're young and you're going through things in your life, and you're facing a lot of adversity in other areas too, it was just, I was like, I'm not going to make it. There's no way I can get out of this hole. There's no way. And there's people I've known in the past, and I'm not saying nothing bad about this at all. There's people I know that would file bankruptcy, and they go through all that stuff, and go through all that 7 years of all that stuff, and get out of that situation, and finally get on a decent level, just to turn right around and sabotage their stuff all over again. I know somebody that did that. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Why? And his credit's still effed up today because of that. And I was like, I didn't say it. And to me, in my mind, I was like, dude, why would you? That's dumb. Why would you do that? And all because his wife wanted something. Because if she didn't get it, I think things were going to go south. But I was like, see you, darling. That's what I would have said. deuces, I'm gone. But anyway, so we're talking all kind of things here, man. Guitar effects, pedals, financial gains and financial woes and ups and downs and everything, man. It's all kind of cool stuff, man. It's been a learning experience these past, I would say, past 17, 18 years of my life. When I met my wife now, when I met her and then we started dating and everything and we, got married, all that stuff turned around. All that negative BS, all that went away. So if it wasn't for her, I don't know what would happen. I probably just went to a downward spiral somehow or something, but, she got me hooked up with the right bank. Believe it or not, man, not every bank is suitable for everybody. And the bank we're with now, it's I've never had a problem, never had an overdraft fee, never had nothing. Other banks I was with over the years always had an issue. There was always something wrong. You're overdrafted. Why? There was money in there when I used my card. Well, we don't run the payment for a week. Well, that's stupid. I already thought you took the money out. So there was just little things, all kind of little things, man. But anyway, I guess we're getting close to the free-for-all part of the show. We're R2, man, what's going on? Sorry, Joe, had to step out celebrating my daughter's birthday. Oh, well, happy birthday to your little girl, man. Has she graduated college yet? She should be, right? Or close to? Well, happy birthday, R2's daughter, man. That's awesome, man. I love birthdays, man. I mean, not me. I mean, I think birthdays are a great thing to celebrate, man. I mean, being here on this earth another year, I think that's fantastic, man. It's phenomenal, man. There's too many miraculous things in this life that you can experience. I mean, just being alive and having your health and being with somebody that you love, nothing can top that. This here is just stuff that can, yeah, it's cool stuff. But when it all comes down to it, it's just stuff. You can always get another guitar. You can always get another amp. But to know that, to have that person in your corner that's going to back you no matter what, that's priceless, man. That's priceless. Terry M., what is happening, brother? Terry, you've been popping in on some chats, man. Thank you. He says it feels good to be clear of debt. Way to go, Joe. Thank you, man. Yeah, it does. Yeah, when that finally happened for me a few years ago, that's when I completely got out of everything, minus, my car payment. And, I'm talking about just other stuff that I had hanging over my head for so long. It was nice, man. It was nice. And, but yeah, it was a huge relief. I'm still working on it. I'm in a lot better place than I used to be, but it is a good feeling. You're correct, my friend. Mickey says, chicks, man, they wreck everything. Some do. Some do. Some take advantage of men and take their ass to the bank, so to speak, We're in the free-for-all part of the show, folks. So feel free to throw in whatever you want right now. If you want to keep talking guitar stuff, feel free to do that. Or if there's something else you want to talk about, and now is the time. We are in the free-for-all part of the podcast. So anything goes, long as within the YouTube, rules and regulations. You know what I mean. So we can talk about whatever. Let's see, Mr. Mick, he says, here we go. I think it's ridiculous that I had to pay income taxes on the items I sold on Reverb. Oh, I know, man. I'll be getting one of those statements next year. because I sold quite a bit of stuff, as y'all know, earlier this year. Hell, I had to, man. Our heat pump went out right when we had that really bad weather for this area. It was really cold. It was like 17 degrees. For here, that's cold, man. I mean, damn, dude. We were freezing our nuts off out here, man. It was cold, boy. And you couldn't get somebody out here, man. And I was like, oh, my God. I went and bought some electric heaters from Home Depot and hooked them up, and they worked. And they finally come out here, and they's like, all right, it's going to be $3,800 to get this fixed. I thought I was going to fall on the floor. I said, what? I said, dude, don't even spend $3,800 on a damn guitar. That dude's like, excuse me? I'm like, never mind, man. Mark Tanner, he says, same experience 28 years ago, kind of saved by a good woman. There you go, man. There you go. I'm telling you, man, it makes a huge difference. Man, if y'all knew the stuff I've been through earlier in my life, man, whew. I'll save that for another time. I don't want to bore people to death, but yeah. Yeah, that's right. Birthdays are worth celebrating, I said a minute ago, and Mark Tanner says another trip around the sun. Yeah, man, that's correct. Yeah. Hey, the dog put, what's going on, man? How are you doing, man? How you doing? Let's see if we can get these. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. It's nice to still be here, and man, I mean, when I went when I was in the hospital a few years ago, I had a couple of serious surgeries. I was telling Dave Orkin this when we talked the other night on the phone, because I told him, I said, man, my channel took a huge nosedive a few years ago because I had a couple of pretty serious surgeries, and so I couldn't do nothing on here. And if you do, whether it's a hobby or you're trying to, I don't make nothing on here, but I was trying to build an audience, and they were starting to do kind of decent, and then I had those surgeries, and I was in the bed trying to recover. So, obviously, you can't get on here and do a live stream when you're going through that. And my channel just went, whew, and but it was something else, man. Something else. It was just everything just changed, and I was glad that I was glad to be able to come back on here and to start to try to do something, get my channel going again. It's been really slow, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm thankful for the people that are here and come back. So, R2 liking it. What's up, brother? He comments, today's his daughter's birthday. He says, yes, sir, she graduated college and she is doing great. Thank you. Oh, she did graduate. Awesome. My buddy Ralph, his daughter graduates college here pretty soon. And I was like, wow. So time does go by quick. It goes by quick. Yeah. Oh no. The dog says, and we're in the free for all part of the show, y'all. So whatever you want to talk about, it's no holds barred. Dog says, I've been lied to, abused, cheated on, stolen from, by a woman. Oh man. I'm sorry, man. That's horrible. I'm sorry. Dang. Bloody Soup, he says, thank God I have a sugar mama. Hey, man, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother, at all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's see. Oh no. The same happened to you, Mark Tanner? The same happened to you, but one saved me, then wrecked me, but found a replacement, now just rebuilding. Oh, so it ends on a good note. Okay, thank God. Okay. The Dalpa comments. He says, today is my brother's birthday. He's 63. Well, happy birthday to the Dalpas. Would that be your younger brother? I'm guessing. Well, happy birthday, man, to your brother. Like I said, I feel that birthdays are worth celebrating. You know, it's all about, I mean, you know, I think it's a good deal to do that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. I hear you, Dolph. Oh, man. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. I'm trying to, Mickey, he says, I'm starting over again right now, too. Oh, my goodness. Now, do you mean relationship-wise or financially? Or maybe you don't want to say. But starting over, that's good, though. You know, you whatever it is, you found out there needed to be a change, and that's happening for you now. So that's good. That's good, man. You know, like I said, you only got one life. And I lived through a lot of BS in my first marriage because I just thought it would get better. I was like, oh, it'll get better. It has to. It has to. Nope. The only way something is going to change is if you make it change. Your buddies, your friends, whoever can tell you what to do all day long, but ain't nothing going to change until you take them steps to make it happen. Is it easy? Hell no. Will you be thankful later? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a bitch in the beginning. It'll be hard. But when you come out the other side, you'll be glad. I know I was anyway. Jimmy Z says, chimes in with a comment. Wow, my daughter's birthday is today as well. She's 17. Well, congratulations and happy birthday to Jimmy Z. Jimmy Z's daughter, 17. Man, we're all getting older, guys. Oh, man. But that's okay. Let's see. The Dalpa, he comments, he goes, my good guitar has not come out of its case since I moved a couple of weeks ago. Just on my Schanberg, on my Tiny Marshall. Okay. Well, you've been in the process of trying to get things set back up, right? I know you said you were trying to get stuff in your new accommodations, I think. And getting the studio built and stuff too, I think. Oh, okay. That should start doing drywall, new studio build next week. Okay. There you go. Jimmy Z says, I'm a lot like you. I went through hell, with dating and trying to find that special one. And I finally did. Married at 35 and got an awesome one. There you go, man. Good deal. Good deal, man. I love to hear things that end on a positive note. Because like I said, there's too much negative stuff in the world. And it's nice to see something positive. Let's see. Mark Tanner, he has a comment. He says, Joe, it's a relationship. The financial bit comes with it because you're going to be broke, son. Oh, yeah. Believe me, I learned the hard way, brother. I'm telling you. Whew. I learned the hard way. Let's see. Rod comments, hey, Rod, he says, I'm thankful for the changes I made financially. There you go, man. Yeah. I'm telling you. That's a good deal, man. Good deal. Let me go up here. Get this comment here. What's this? Scotty, Star Trek, New Generation, Resurrection. There comes a time when a man finds that he can't fall in love again. He knows that it's time to stop. Wow. Well, hey, like I said, man, I understand. You know, you I understand. Yeah. There's just different levels in life, man. Different plateaus that we all hit, you know. Without going into any detail, one of my grandsons is over here and he's going through something serious right now. Bless his heart. And I told him, I said, buddy, I know right now that you think this is it. I said, but this too shall pass. He's only 19, man. But what he's going through right now is pretty rough. And I said, it will pass, man. I said, you just need to take a breath and just put everything on pause for just a little bit and do you right now. You know. So hopefully that's what happens, you know. All right, we're in the free for all part of the podcast, y'all. You feel free to put what you want in the comments. Whatever you want. It don't matter. Guitar stuff. We're talking about soulmates, relationships. We're talking about financial stuff. We're talking about, what else were we talking about? Cars, stuff that aren't valuable anymore once you get them off the lot. It's whatever, man. Whatever y'all want to talk about. Y'all make the show, not me. I'm just a host. Mark Henner says, my soulmate and the love of my life on the other side of the planet at the moment, working on changing all that. Shut down for a long time, but can't live like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's correct. I agree. It's not good to stay shut down, man, or you know, you got to live, man. You got to live. I mean, common sense, you know, but yeah. You're like I said, there's different plateaus and different things that happen to everybody in different situations. Of course, it's not the same for everybody, but it's like my mother, my mom and my dad, they were together since high school, man. And my father passed away in 2020. My mom lives by herself now, 2 miles down the road. And I went over there today to help her do some things. And when you go in her little house, you can see she's got pictures all over in little frames all over the place. And a lot of them with her and my dad, you know, way before he got sick and all that. And she didn't remarry or anything like that. And she had to have something done in her house. She wanted these pictures hung up on a wall in her living room. And she wanted them a certain kind of way, and she asked me if I could do it. And first of all, they were heavy, and there were a lot of glasses involved inside the frame. And I said, Mom, I don't know if I can do that and do it like you want, you know. So she went to the hardware. This little town, small town. She went to a hardware store up here. I think this was last year. She went to the hardware store, and they have like this handyman kind of service, and it's these two old guys. I say old, but older guys. And so she called them, and they came to her house, and they did what she wanted. They got them the 3 big old frames and the pictures hung up like she wanted them. And that one guy, the one man, asked my mom if she was looking for a man, and he tried to get her he invited her to church and all that. She goes, no, thank you. Just hang my pictures, and that'll be enough. That'll be all, please. He said, oh, yes, ma'am. And that was it. And I thought that was funny. But her mom, when my mother's father passed away when I was little, which is my grandmother, she remarried. And I remember thinking about it now. I said, man, that had to be kind of strange for my mom. But, her mom didn't want to be alone. And she got remarried when she was up there. But, it's just whatever, whatever somebody wants. Ron says, I hope your grandson's issues work out. I worry about mine often as he makes bad choices. Yeah, it's the world we live in, man. Even though choices like that have been around, even when we were young, might have been different kind of things involved, but and the stuff he's going through is not his doing. It's not his doing. That's what sucks. Blue Mox, let's see. I lost my mother recently. I'm sorry. She diagnosed on December 23rd, pancreatic cancer, stage 4. It was over in less than 2 months. I love them all. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, be thankful. That's what I'm saying. You got to, not to Blue Mox. I'm just saying for me, speaking on my behalf, that's why I think it's good to live, man, and tell the ones that are here that you love them. Not that I'm not saying you didn't, but I'm just mean it's easy to take stuff for granted. I do it all the time, and I have to just stop, as they say, and smell the roses, and say, "Hey, man, be glad that we're here." When my father got diagnosed, he was in stage 1. He had esophageal cancer and lung cancer. And they called it in stage 1. And he battled that stuff for years. And then finally, he would go into remission a couple of times here and there. And it just got, over time, it just got worse. And it got to where he couldn't walk anymore. And even I knew. I said, man, when the legs go, it ain't going to be long. And the reason I say that is my wife and I, we've had plenty of dogs over the years. And that would be the one thing I would notice. It was when their legs would quit working because they were getting old. When their back legs stopped working, it wasn't going to be long. They were going to, pass on. And that's what, I'd be a son of a gun if that ain't what happened every time. So when my dad's legs quit working, I knew then. And in my mind, I said, oh, shit, man. But, I kept trying to think, oh, man, he'll pull out of it. He did before. But, yeah. Oh, man, Larry, what's going on, man? My man Larry, brother Larry, work less, enjoy life more. Y'all check out his channel. Larry, man, you've been hitting jackpots on your views, brother. My God, congratulations to you, my man. And I know I've been absent for a while, man. I'm sorry. I've just been busy, man. And I'm not BSing. Look, man, I only go live one time a week. It's been crazy, but man, Thank you so much, man, for joining in. Yeah, we're in this part of the show, Larry. This is part of the free for all of the podcast. You can talk about whatever you want. And of course, we talk about music gear, guitars, and then we talked about all that. And now it's the free for all part of the show where people can talk whatever they want in the comments and we'll discuss it. And, but Larry, thank you, man, so much. Yeah, I've been looking at your stuff, man. I said, damn, Larry is hitting jackpots, boy. Congratulations to you, brother. You deserve it, man. Larry's a super nice guy, man. I wish I could meet him and just shake his hand and say thank you for the inspiration, because you have inspired me, believe it or not. Rod says, Blue Monks, I'm sorry for your loss. I lost my mom in 2010. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Rod. Yeah. Oh, dog, but your mother is almost 95? Wow. Man. Wow, man. I think my wife's grandmother, I think she lived till she was like 95 or 98. I want to say. So my wife's got some good genes, man. Mark Tanner, a lot of us here are of the age we're dealing with our own morality. Live while you can. Yeah, it's just part of life, isn't it, man? You start getting to different, like I said before, plateaus of your life. You know, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was like, I'll never grow old. I always am going to feel good. I'm always going to, I don't know, do whatever. Fast forward to now, I'm 54, and it's like, holy crap, what happened? And time goes by so fast. So fast. Work less, enjoy life more. Larry, he says, thanks. I'm not sure why so many people are tuning in to watch, but I'm so grateful. Because, dude, your channel is banging and you're a good dude. That's why. That's why. I mean, I'm telling you, man. And the one thing that Larry does that I admire the most is he has his 2 dogs, and he loves his dogs. He loves his animals, and he takes care of them. That to me is something that hits hard with me. I'm a huge animal lover, so you know, when I see somebody taking care of their animals, that's all I need to see, you know. Man, I wish this thing would quit jumping. Let's see. Rod says, yeah, stick around, Larry. Joe, your channel will grow. This is a good podcast. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's give Rod some applause for that kind comment. Thank you, man. That's really nice. Really kind. Man. The dog purr says, I get a good feeling inside when I see Joe is on live. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, dog purr. Super nice. Super nice. Thank you. Thank you, Mickey. Y'all are too kind, man. Thank you. Let's see here. See if I can get this thing rolling here. Okay, Bloody Soup has a comment. Clear my throat. Okay. Sorry about that. Bloody Soup, he says, yeah, just be thankful. Don't take things personal and live and be sure to live as a good person. I lost my father when he got COVID in 2020. You can't visit him in the hospital. That was the worst. Hold on to the good memories. Yeah, man, that when my dad got, when all that was going on, 'cause he passed away in 2020, like I said, and he had to go in the hospital, and that's when COVID, of course, was really bad outbreak, and they had to put him in ICU, and they let my mom. Of course, they were out of state, and they let my mom go visit him. And then when his condition, what they thought had improved, they put him into a regular room, and then she wasn't allowed to see him anymore. I thought that was very strange. And but the last thing I heard from my father, he was in the hospital during that stay, and it was starting to get. He was starting to get where sometimes he would talk and it just wouldn't make no sense. And then he would kind of come out of that fog and he would like talk normal. Well, I was in the big rig one night and I was going to the beach to my delivery point. It was, I work nights. If you don't know, I work nights. So I go in about 5:36 in the evening. And I was about halfway to the beach. So it's dark and, I'm riding along and my phone rings and it said Dad calling on the screen. And I said, I was like, what? I look at my phone. I'm like, damn. I'm like, am I seeing this right? And because I knew he was in the hospital because my mom had been calling me every day, or I've been calling. We call each other, and I was getting updates on my father, and it said Dad calling, and I hadn't seen that in a while. So I had my headset on, and I clicked the answer button, and I was like, hello, and he said, what are you doing, son? And I said, I'm just driving along, Dad, just driving along. And he sounded weak, but he sounded coherent. And he said, I want to ask you something. I want you to make me a promise. And right off the bat, I'm thinking, oh, God. Because I'm like, oh, Lord, don't let this be something. Because, again, COVID was going on, and you couldn't just go anywhere, especially at a freaking hospital. And I said, yeah, Dad, you name it. He said, I want you to come up here and see me. He said, because I don't know if I'm going to be around much longer. He said, I want to see you before I leave. And y'all, I'm going to tell you, that was tough, man, because I knew that I couldn't do that. And I said, yeah, Dad, okay. I just, I knew that his state wasn't the greatest, so I just said what I thought I needed to say. And I got off the phone and I called my mom, and she said, don't worry about that. You know and I know you can't get up there. And plus, he was in Winston-Salem at the hospital up there, and here I am in this part of the state here in South Carolina. There's no way. If I wanted to, I couldn't. And they wouldn't even let nobody in the hospital. So I wasn't able to fulfill that promise. And it's something that I think about a lot. So, just one of those things, man. That, it's one of those things. Let's see. Mark Tanner says, I get a shock when I realize I'm the same age as old people. Yeah, man. Nah, we're not old. We're just... We're doing good, right, man? Mickey says, I just started Social Security. Hey, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Blue Monks, I had to kind of come down here a little bit, y'all. I know I'm not trying to skip nobody. My internet goes out at 2:05 every day for about 20 seconds. How do I stop birds from defecating on my truck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's a losing battle, my friend. I think that's a losing battle. Oh crap. Let's see here. Hey, Larry, comments again. Cool, man. He goes, yeah, you really stepped up the live stream. I'm enjoying this, brother, and thanks so much for the kind words. Hey, man, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's see. The dog, he says, I lost my stepson and my best dog ever had last year. And then I had a heart attack. Oh my goodness. Now I got a new house and I'm looking forward. And wow. Well, yeah, man, you're building a studio, dog pit. You want to build a studio, man? You can jam and have a good time. Heck yeah, man. Look at the positive, man. You're living, brother. You're living. Yeah, bloody soup. Yeah, you gotta keep looking forward. Yes, Mickey says, play guitar, man. Yes, please do. Please do. Yes, that's what it's all about for us, right? I mean, Rod makes a comment. Rod says, I saw my dad the day before he passed with my grandmother. Oh my goodness. Well, man, at least you got to see him. I mean, if that's for what it's worth. Let's see here. I am trying to. Let's see here. Mark Tanner makes a comment. He says, man, that hurts. And similar with my dad. Oh, man. Yeah, I would have been there if I could. Absolutely, yeah. It was just a bad time in the world, and for us here as a country, it was tough. I mean, that's just my story from that time period. And I think about all the other people that were in the hospital that loved ones couldn't even get to. And they were probably in a similar situation on their deathbed. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's the truth. And all those people, they couldn't see. I mean, it was bad. But, Supersonic Nomad. Hey, how are you, man? Thank you for being here. Oh, man. He says, I'm sorry, Joe. I have a similar story like you and your dad. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let's see if I can get this to... Oh, you have a similar story about your mother and yourself. Oh, okay. Well, man, I'm sorry. Life is short, isn't it? I mean, I always thought that my dad would live forever. When I was growing up, he was a lineman for the power company. He wasn't a muscular guy. He was just strong. He just had the kind of big forearms, and he always had a good tight grip I remember when he taught me when I was young, he goes, when you shake a man's hand, you grip firm. You don't do this loose, what they call a dish rag handshake. And of course, I taught my son that when he got to the age. I said, you shake a man's hand, you look him in the eye, and you shake his hand firm. Don't squeeze the hell out of it, but, So, and he does. Whenever I see my son, I shake his hand, I give him a hug, and he shakes my hand firm. And yeah. let's see here, man. Mark Tanner makes a comment. He says that we got locked down here for 2 years now. Mark, you have to forgive my ignorance. Are you in Australia? Is that right? I could be totally off base. Please forgive me if I got that wrong. Supersonic Nomad says, right on, Joe. Yeah, man. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I understand. Silver linings, yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had it right. Melbourne, Australia. I had it right. All right, yeah. Wow. Biggest lockdown globally. I didn't know that, man. I did not know that at all. Man. Well, the good thing is on podcasts like this, we can all get together. We can all chat. We can talk about whatever. And there's a lot of other, bigger channels. There's a couple of guitar channels that I used to watch. I don't watch them no more because it's I don't know, man. I think it's just a bunch of, for me personally, there was this one channel. I'm not going to say his name, but he's an excellent guitar player. And he used to be in Nashville. He was playing a lot of stuff in Nashville, and he moved. I think he's living in Florida now with him and his family, his wife and little girl. He's got a cute little girl. I think she's 3 or 4 years old. And I like the guy. He seems like he knows his stuff, but his channel started to take off some, and now he's doing like a thing where he has a show every morning, and it's just for paying people that pay to do it. I mean, look, his channel's bigger than mine, man. He pulls in a lot more people than I ever will, so I can't say nothing. But I don't know, man. I don't want to do that. I think stuff like this should be free. And, and when people take the time to comment in the live feed, I think you should do your best to highlight that comment, give them a shout out, tell them thank you for being here. I mean, man, whenever I would watch live podcasts, and if somebody would acknowledge me, even if it's just a quick shout out, dude, that makes me come back, because it seems like that person gives a shit. I mean, it's I remember years ago when I would watch live streams, and the person would look at the comment, and he would read the comment, but he wouldn't say the person's name or anything. He wouldn't highlight the comment. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? And the only time he would acknowledge somebody is if somebody did a super chat. Man, that burns that chaps my ass when I see that. I can't stand that. So that means that you're only going to acknowledge people that give you money. What about the other people that are taking the time to tune in and they can't donate or they don't want to? Their point of view don't mean nothing. That's how it comes across to me. So I think that's a load of crap, man. Because people don't have to be here. They can say, first of all, I don't know who that dude is with them damn goofy glasses on, them Coke bottles. I ain't going to watch his damn show, so. So people being here, it means a lot to me personally. It really does. I look forward to this. Sometimes it's on Friday. Sometimes it's on Saturday. I know they say you need to keep it on a lockdown kind of schedule, but I can't lock that down just yet because, I have a life and it's busy. It's busy. So, let's see here. Yes, Mark Tanner, yes. 2 years at home. Thank God for this community. Yeah. For people like us, it's a godsend, man. I mean, I know it is for me. This, for me, talking to y'all, and I'm not just saying this is like therapy, man. It really is for me. I can get on here and talk about guitar stuff with fellow guitar players and guitar enthusiasts or music enthusiasts, and we can talk about whatever, man. Let's see here. Oh, man. Let's see if I can get this to work. Here we go. Let's see. Rod, he comments. He says, yes, sir, I love this channel. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. The Dogba says he's got room for you, Mark Tanner, in Texas. 10 acres with tons of trees. Wow. Speaking of tons of trees, they're still battling the wildfires not far from us at all in a state park down the road here called Table Rock. And, man, it's crazy. And they're still, and they can't get, the firefighters, of course, it's up on top of a mountain, so they can't get no hoses up there, so they're having to depend on helicopters to drop the water. And it's, I've seen some images on social media with that, and I was like, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody intentionally start fires like that? And they said it was 4 teenagers. They called them too. And they just had that not long ago in Myrtle Beach. I was going down to the beach a few weeks ago, and I was getting closer to the branch, and I was like, I was sniffing. I was like, I know nobody's not using a fireplace right now. And then I didn't know wildfires were going on. And I'd come into this real heavy area of smoke, and I thought, oh my God. And, you know, I found out pretty quick what was going on. But they finally got that under control. It took them a while. Some lady was camping, I think, and she, I don't think she intentionally did it. She just didn't double check where she had her fire pit. And she left, and it just caused a blaze. And the thing about here in South Carolina, we're under a burn ban right now. You can't burn anything because it's been, and the winds have been so heavy here for like 3 weeks. I mean, just heavy ass winds, man. And people, man, if you get caught burning something, it's going to be your, you know what? You're going to be in trouble, and they're going to give you a big old ticket. Rod says, I'm here because I want to be. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all being here, and I appreciate that if you watch on the replay, thank you very much. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for doing that. Work less, enjoy life more. Larry, brother Larry, he says, are you using StreamYard for your live? I love how you're able to bring up the comments. No, sir. I used to be with StreamYard, and I got away from them. What I'm currently using right now, sir, is a service called, I want to say it's pronounced EVMUX, and it's spelled EVMUX, EVMUX. And to give credit where credit is due, this was brought to my attention from another guitar buddy of mine named R2R3 Locking Nut. Because I was having trouble on StreamYard when I would go to play live. Sometimes it would be like what they call underwater, gargly and underwater. And I heard that EVMUX here was a better quality streaming platform. And so I pay, they give you different plateaus, if you will. You got a free version, the first base level, I guess, different levels. The first level is free. Well, you don't get squat with that. The second level is like $20 a month. The third level, or the third tier, is $49.99 a month. That's what I use because that's when the quality audio kicks in. And you're able to, do stuff like this. I like the comments. So I just look at the comment section to the left, and I take my mouse cursor, and when I go over your comment, it comes up, it says show. Do you want to show this comment? I just tap it, and it comes up like that. And I think that's really cool because it's basically kind of like StreamYard. You can highlight comments on StreamYard too if you're on a certain price tier. But I like this a lot better because I like to play music live, and it just serves me a whole lot better than StreamYard. Man, I cut and run from StreamYard like that, brother. I was gone quicker than a camper in an Arizona campground. What? Larry's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Larry's like, are you trying to be funny? It's not funny. I'm gonna call the police.
24 something.
Oh God, here we go. Anyway, but yeah, man. It's called EVMUX, EVMUX. Look into it, man. I'm telling you, and go for that third tier. I think it's the third level, $49.99. That's what I was paying at StreamYard. But StreamYard, not only were they fouling up on the audio quality side of things, they raised their prices. When I went, before I left StreamYard, I looked, man, they had doubled my rate. And I was like, I didn't sign up for that, so I left. Yes, yeah, Larry says, I just started using StreamYard, but your setup looks better. That's EVMUX, man. It took me just, when I got on this level, I'm price point level, I just did a couple of streams that were live, but they weren't public. They were unlisted. So I was doing like test runs, and I got you can use two cameras at once, Larry. Watch this. Watch this here. I just go like this, and now I'm on camera 2. Now you can get the full kind of layout of my jam room here, music room. But this right here is my Rodecaster Pro 2. It's like a mixer, but I have all my songs on these little color squares called smart pads. So whenever I hit a pad, it initiates that whatever I have programmed in there. Like, let's say I want to hear Ric Flair. Woo! There he is. Or if I want to hear him get kind of smart alecky. Woo! Yeah, we got that in there too, see? So there's all kind of things you can do with that. That just helps you provide a more professional level of podcast quality. And again, I heard about this from other people in the community. I didn't, that's why it's good to ask questions. And, with all kind of gear, man. If you like to stream and all that stuff. Let's see. Oh man, let's see. Okay, here we go. Bloody Soup comments. He says, I love this channel, Joe. It's fun and learning new things. Everyone brings something to the table. Pretty cool here. Thank you, Bloody Soup, man. That's good. I'm glad you enjoy it, sir. I need to change cameras. I need to see my fat gut here. Yeah, man, my wife feeds me good. I'm too old to worry about a gut anymore. EVMUX really seems like the interface. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. I enjoy it. It's great. It's great. Mickey says, I've been in and out cooking for a while. That's okay, brother. That's all right. Hey, man, you got to eat. When it's time to eat, I'm ready to eat. I can tell you that right now. Brother Larry comments. He says, Arizona compares... I'm sorry. Arizona campers be rolling out as soon as it gets hot. Yeah. I notice you try to go up north, man, much as you can, because I'm like you, man. I don't, and I know it's Arizona. My phone's blowing up. My phone, I tell you, whenever I'm live, my phone starts blowing up with notifications. I mean, it just, it's a trip. I mean, I'll get to it in a minute, but I know it's Arizona. But man, I can't stand hot ass weather, man. I mean, and here in the Bible Belt, in this area, it's not Arizona, but we have our share of it. Rod, thank you, man. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. You caught that, Bloody Suit, the Nature Boy. He was a big deal when I was growing up. I was young, and I'd wake up on Sunday morning, and because when I was young, man, elementary school age, we went to church all the time. I'm an only child. I don't have no siblings. And we used to do the church thing a lot. And then there came a time when we just quit doing that. And so I would get up on Sunday morning, and the what was that called? Mid-Atlantic Wrestling would be on. That was for that territory, for the Carolinas and stuff. And Ric Flair was him and Dusty Rhodes was the big draw in that territory. And so I grew up watching him a lot on TV, and he's kind of pitiful now, man. I think all that drinking over the years is caught up with him, but he was the man in his day. I know that. Mickey says, I'm still heading for Texas. I seem to be on a detour right now, though. That's okay, man. As long as you get to where you're going, that's all that matters, right? Let's see. Let's see. What happened? Oh, here we go. Okay. Brother Larry comments. He says, okay, I'm sold. I'm going to drop StreamYard and try EVMux. Thanks for the info. Love the 2-camera thing too. Thank you, man. Yes, it's a nice dynamic, because for years all I ever done was one camera, and sometimes it's nice to change the visual. To me, that's what if a video has a little bit of subtle changes in it, it keeps the viewer visually connected. And also with the third tier on EVMux, it gives you the 2-camera option. So right now on camera 2, I have a Zoom Q2N 4K camera on a tripod. That's what this is right here. And then camera number 1 is just a regular webcam sitting on top of my laptop. So, but yeah, it's just a cool feature, man. I mean, I think, it's keeps things kind of fresh, I guess. Let's see here. What is this thing? Let's see. Oh, Randy. Hey, man. What's going on? Yeah, Randy is credited for giving the name Blue Powder for the Schecter right there last weekend. So Randy gets credit for that. Oh, and I did name the new guitar that I just built. I got finished with it yesterday morning. That's called Southern Belle. Yeah, that's that guitar, Southern Belle. And we started with some Skinnerd. We started off the show with a couple of Skinnerd songs. Hence the name Southern Belle with Southern Rock. And it'd have been better if I hadn't fouled it up, but I'll work on it for next time. I just started it, Mark Tanner, he says, found your channel, Larry. We'll explore it later. Camper vans have become interesting to me recently. Well, that's the right channel to look at, is Larry's channel, man. Yeah, I came across this channel. It's been a little while now, and I thought it was really cool. I've always loved the truck bed campers. I've always loved that since I was a kid. I don't know what it is about them, and a lot of people don't like them because they're like, there ain't enough room. I was like, I love them, but all I have now is a little Ford Ranger, and it's I couldn't have nothing in it. My what I call Big Blue, my Dodge Ram, it broke down on me. I had to sell it, and but you know, it's all good, man. Let's see, Brother Larry, work less, enjoy life more. Check out his channel, man, if you like camping, and he has some great videos, man. I wish I stuck with learning the guitar. I was self-taught. I taught myself some chords and eventually gave up. I wish I stayed with it. You're never too old to pick it back up, Larry. All those times you sit out there by the campfire, man, or something. But if you do pick it back up, can I please make a suggestion? Get an electric. Don't mess with an acoustic, man. Get an electric. It's going to be easier on your fingertips and easier to play. Get you an electric, get you a small little practice amp, and start learning. I mean, get on YouTube, man, and learn you some basic chords. And now that you're older, the whole conception of everything will be easier than when you were a kid, if that's when that was, when you tried it before. And all you need to know is 3 chords. Start with 3 chords, man, and start getting your rhythm hand, your picking hand, get that rhythm down a little bit, and get the coordination, man. Learn 3 chords, you'd be playing songs in no time by that campfire. Yeah, man. Let's see. Randy Price. He says, we dropped StreamYard at the beginning of the year since the price doubled. See, there we go. We're loving EVMux so far. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, StreamYard. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, man. But I noticed when it came out of my account, I was like, my wife was like, what is this? StreamYard. And I said, well, that's what I use when I go live. She goes, this much? And I said, what the F? And I got on here and I pulled it up. I said, oh, hell no, man. So I canceled that and got with EVMux, man. And it's banging, man. That's what's, for me, it's banging. I was like, yes, sir. It's good I'm just glad that people are kind enough to share that information. Yeah, COVID was pretty lame. Yeah, it was rough, man. It was rough. I was glad to see that. Glad to see that go away, you know. Randy Price, man, brother Randy, he says, Southern Belle looks and sounds killer. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Let's give Randy some applause for that kind comment, man. Thank you. Very nice. Let's see. Bloody Soup. Work less, enjoy life more. Pick it back up. I did. Still kind of a beginner, and it's more fun now than when I first started years ago. So much info is out there now. Yeah, it is, man. And Larry, I know you're busy, man. I am too, man. But if you can set aside, this is what I've always told people. If you can set aside, if it's just 15 minutes, to try to work on practicing the guitar or something, and if you just did that a couple of times a week in the beginning, that's, you know, and if it doesn't grow on you, then fine. But if you set aside 15 minutes and just gave it a shot, you might be surprised. You know, you might be surprised. And so, yeah, man, you never know. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Mark. Just sub to your channel. There you go, man. And Mark's a good dude, man. Mark, Larry Mark, that subbed to your channel, he's from Australia, Melbourne, if I got that right. Let's see. Yes, Randy is correct. The audio and video is much cleaner with EVMux. Boy, you ain't kidding. I didn't realize how much better it was till I did a couple of test runs, like I said, before I did my first live show with EVMux. I think it was, I don't know, around December, first part of December last year is when was it then or before? It was around in there. Yeah. But yeah, it is a lot cleaner of an interface, I guess. Is that right? Yeah. Let's see. Mark comments. He says, at work less and enjoy life more, studying up on my Ford 460 big block servicing skills. There you go, man. There you go. Nothing wrong with that either, my friend. Man, let's see here. This thing here is so touchy. Here we go. The cursor for these comments, man. Brother Larry, work less, enjoy life more. He says, I had an electric and also an acoustic electric when I was in my 20s and sold them for rent when I got frustrated. I understand. Just earlier in this podcast, I was talking about rough times in my life. And yeah, I've had to sell some stuff, man. But getting frustrated with guitar is common. It's common, man. And it's not for everybody. You know, it's, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy. You know, the one thing that people complain about is the tenderness of the fingertips. Well, I got something to tell you. I've been playing for 37 years and I still have that. If I sit here and play for 3 or 4 hours and I keep pushing it, you know, let me keep going. It'll be, I have to stop and I can't play for like 2 days. But, so, you know, but that's because I do a lot of lead, a lot of bending and stuff. And that puts more pressure on the fingertips when you're bending notes. Now, if you're doing just chords, that's different. Your fingertips can last longer because you're just doing chords. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that's a cop-out or something, but it's, you know, you start doing a lot more lead work. It takes more toll on your fingertips. Let's see. The dog post says, glad I put in the work learning guitar. Don't think much about it now, but I can listen to stuff I recorded and I'm amazed that it's me. There you go, man. That's cool, dog. That's cool. That's awesome, man. Oh, Brother Rick, large car lifestyle. Are you at home? Are you at home, man? Or are you on the open road? I hope you're still at home. I played the Southern Rock. I played the Skynyrd for you, man. I told you I would. I told Slick Rick, large car lifestyle, I said, well, when I go live Saturday, man, I'll play you some Skynyrd. I was supposed to play him some Allman Brothers, and I got messed up last week and I couldn't. Mark Tanner, he says, I walked away from music performance in 1981, came back in 2020, saved my life. I'm going to tell you what, man, music is the one thing that's been there for me since I was 16. It's the one thing in my life that whatever I was going through, it was there and it saved me on a lot of stuff, man. And when I was young and growing up and learning guitar, I was not much of a going out partying kind of guy because I was trying to learn. I was so infatuated with trying to learn and learn how to do chords and little licks. And I was infatuated with Eddie Van Halen, you know, is obviously you can see that. But, and as I got older, I knew that I need to listen to some other things. There's other stuff out there, you know. And the hardest thing for me to do, I still struggle with this today. The hardest thing is to play like me. Just be yourself. You know, don't be a copycat. So I've been working on that for a couple of years, trying to just be me. And there's so many copycats out there, and my hat's off to them. They're amazing, amazing players, but still, it's not original. You know, I love playing cover songs. I will always love that. But as far as like, if I go to Guitar Center or something and I'm playing, I'm not trying to go in there and play Panama or something like that. You know, I'm just doing some stupid little blues licks, you know, and I don't know. Randy Price, he goes, I kick myself now for not spending the time learning more theory. Now I'm attempting to learn more exotic sounding stuff like harmonic minor, Hungarian minor, etc., while fighting the self-taught bad habits. Yes, man, that was me, man. I need to learn more theory as well. I was self-taught as well, and yes, trying to get out of those habits is for me, it's impossible. It's just I don't know. I got the certain way that I play, and that's just it. That's just how I play. So I don't know. I just have my own little style, and that's just it. I get so aggravated with on certain things. On trying to learn, not everything, but certain things. I'm the kind of person, I've always been the type of guitarist that I just want to plug up and play. I just want to play. And I think that was always my biggest downfall, you know, because there is theory into what you're doing. And then after the year started to click off, my son, he took the time to study theory and to study all those books, and he took lessons, this and that, and so he knows everything about the theory aspect of it. And so I would ask him, I would say, look, I don't understand. I understand kind of where to go on the neck, and I understand when you're in different keys, things just are the same. They just shift into a different position on the neck. I said, but what is this and what is that? And so we started playing with the backing track, and so he's like, well, just play like you normally do. So I'm playing, and he goes, well, see, what you don't realize is you're doing the harmonic minor and the major and all. He said, you just don't know that's what you're doing because you don't know the theory behind it. He said, but what you're doing is right. And I said, holy shit, I didn't know that. Yeah. Large Call Lifestyle, are we milking the live stream tonight? No, sir, I'm not. It's just, like I said, man, if the chat is strong, I'm going to keep going, you know. And I got to go back to work tomorrow, so who the hell wants to do that? Let's see. Mark Tanner, sounds like you need to play a bit more, Joe. You mean play another song or just play more in general? I know I need to play more because it needs work. Especially after when I started the show, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just fouled that up. But I don't know. I'm my own worst critic, I guess. Oh, you are at home. Oh, okay. We'll tell the family. I said, hey, man. Large car lifestyle. I'll be heading out in a few hours. Oh, man. Okay. Pooh Ninja. Hey, man. What's going on, Pooh? How you doing? Education over fornication. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, my son, that's why he can go all over the neck and all that. He just took the time to learn that stuff, you know. Yeah. Yes, Mark Tanner says interpretation, not imitation. I will down that hill. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I've never been one of those that could play note for note on stuff. Man, I just can't do it. You can call it what you want. Laziness, discipline. I guess it's all the same. But I just play the way that I play, and I'm happy with that. My level that I wanted to achieve, and I think that there are different levels that people want. The level I wanted to hit was I wanted to be good enough to be in a good bar band, and I felt that I hit that level, and that was where I wanted to go. I didn't want to strive to be a virtuoso and all, because I just don't. That's not going to happen. That's on a whole nother level, you know. And I just wanted to be on that spot, man, where I could be in a good bar band and have fun and play, and you know. Well, if I'll let the chat vote. I'll let y'all vote. Do you want me to play one more song, or you want to keep this going right here? I'll let y'all vote. I'll play one more song, or we can just keep this going for a few more minutes. I'll let y'all vote. Whatever y'all say. Y'all are the boss. I'm just here trying to cycle through. The dog says both. Okay. Well, that's one. Let's see what if somebody else says something. Oh my goodness. Randy said, give us a banger. Oh Lord. Bloody soup. Oh my goodness. Mark Tanner says, play. Oh my God. Supersonic says jam. Holy moly. Oh, dog, but don't say that, man. When you leave, I'm alone in the wilderness, so don't. Oh, man, you make me feel bad, man. Don't, man. Okay, Bloody Soup says play. All right, then the votes are in. I don't know if Larry's still here or not. He might have left. Well, if Slick Rick is still here, I promised him some Almond Brothers last week, and I didn't deliver. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And let's see here. So I'll do 2 songs, okay? I'll do 2, and then we'll round it out with that. And okay. All right. First of all, I got to swap cameras. And okay, I got to move this chair. So just bear with me, please. So we might play a different guitar too. I'm also using this Hendrix Fuzz Face. I've had this for a while. It is an authentic Hendrix piece of gear. And it does really good. It puts a little bit of low end in the mix until my EQ pedal gets here. It's cool, man. I like it a lot. Let's see. See what we can do. All right. Okay, which one I got here? All right, that's this one. Might have to tune up real quick. I don't know. Let's see. Just 1 second. We're going to play Blue Powder. Oh, yeah. Going to try to anyway. Want to try. So, see if we can get this in. The jack here. And that's a good thing about a tuner pedal, because once you engage it, it cancels out the signal. So, all right. Let's see here. Let's check it out. Oh, okay. Not too bad. Ooh, that's sharp. That's flat. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, guys. So, let's see. All right, we'll give this a shot, man. Well, apparently I didn't. I thought I swapped out the backing track for this. Okay. And I didn't. I thought I did, and I didn't. So we'll have to go with something else. Sorry, Slick. Sorry about that, man. So we'll go with, oh, okay. Oh, that's out of tune. That just popped out of tune. I don't know what happened there, so we gotta swap up. I don't know what happened there. Ooh, no. Pick another one. Sorry, y'all. It's live, man. What do you do? Just pick up the SBS if Dave Orkin is still watching. He's upgrading his SBS right now, I believe. All right.
cause of mama, I'm sure the hell now gets around. Actions speak louder than words, and I'm a man of great experience. I know you got nothing, man, but I can love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. I'm advertised enough for free, so you can place your ad with me. Modern things that come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but drugstore loving. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, cause of mama, I'm sure the handle now gets around. Yeah, hard to handle now. But baby, here I am, I'm a man on your scene. I can give you what you want, but you gotta come home with me. I've got some good on loving, and I got some more in store. When I get through throwing it on, you're gonna come running back for more. Modern things that come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but a drugstore loving. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, cause of mama, I'm sure the handle now gets around. Hard to handle now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Boys come along and down by the dozen, that ain't nothing but a text and a loving. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, cause of mama, I'm sure the handle now gets around. Yeah, so hard to handle now. Oh yeah, baby, good loving. Baby, oh, good loving. I need your loving. Good hand, oh yeah. Yeah,
All right, y'all. Sorry for the hold up there, man. Technical difficulties, man. But it was a lot of fun, y'all. Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all being here. And I cannot get this thing to work. And we've been on here for a long time, so yeah. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, sorry, Slick. I tried to do I thought I had the backing track swapped out, and I didn't. And sorry, man. Yeah, man. Thank y'all so much for being here and for this show. I really appreciate it. It looks like I'm a little kid, like I'm can you see me, man? Yes, it's just part of being live, man. I had the I thought I swapped out that track, and I guess apparently I didn't, man. I don't know. Sorry. But anyway, thank you, y'all. Appreciate it so much. Check out Larry's channel, man. Work less, enjoy life more. Amazing, amazing channel. He's worked really hard to get his channel where it's at, and I'm very, very happy for you, Larry. I really am, man. I really am. You've earned every bit of success. And $50. Every time I turn around, I owe Slick Rick $50. $50. Let's do one for a Slick Rick. Woo! There you go. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here and let y'all go to bed. I know y'all are ready to get out of here. Thank you for putting up with me on this. And man, I had such a wonderful time. It was a lot of fun. Until next time, don't forget to play, have some fun. Be kind to each other, man, and we'll see you on the next time around. Take care, everybody. God bless. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.